OLL is the third step of the CFOP method and has a whopping 57 cases. But don't be overwhelmed because in this video I'll categorize them in an easy to learn way and show the algorithms which I believe everyone should know. But before learning these, make sure you know beginner OLL. If you have any more questions, please check the pinned comment. Let's start with the 7 OLLs where the cross is already solved. Starting with the soon, we have this little fish shape and this yellow sticker faces you. There's two ways to execute it. You can start by doing R pinch and the next U move with your middle finger. But the way that I prefer to do it is starting from home grip, R push, R prime, U, and then reinserting the pair with a double flick. Then we have the anti-soon. The way to recognize it is if the fish faces that direction, this yellow sticker faces you, or from this angle, this yellow sticker doesn't face you. Starting from home grip, R double flick, R prime. Now you can do U prime using this finger, or if you want to avoid overworking, you can push with the right hand and then inserting the pair. For this cross case, we have headlights to the left and to the right. You can start in the same way as we would do a soon. But then right here, we're like, oh, we're inserting the pair. No, we're not. And then we're inserting the pair using a double flick. For this cross, we have headlights to the left, but to the right, these two yellow stickers face outwards. You want to hold these to the right. Important for this algorithm is never letting go of this side and double flicking with the left hand. And starting from home grip, you do R, U2, R2, U prime, R2, inserting this pair, R2, inserting the other pair. Then we have this kite shape right here with these two yellow stickers facing that way, so you cannot see them from this side. Starting with a regrip, thumb on top, R2, push, D, and then inserting the pair. For this OLL, we have a big block right here, and these two yellow stickers face outwards, so kind of like a chameleon, you know? For this one, we're gonna start with a regrip, R, U, R, D, R prime, U prime, R, push, and going back. For this one, we also have a block right here, but this time we have headlights facing you. We wanna start with a rolling R2, so we can start from home grip, D, holding this finger in place, push, and reinserting the pair. Next up, we have two simple T shapes. For this one, we have a bar here and here. We simply want to do a sexy move, but starting with a pinch grip and then sledging in this pair. Ideally, you want to use your left index for the F prime, which is a bit more difficult, but it is faster than doing F prime with your thumb. Same T, but this time we don't have bars right here, but we have two headlights. Really simple, regrip, F, sexy move, F prime with your thumb. Next up, two block shapes. For block number 1, we have the yellow sticker to the left of it. We hold this block in the back and we're simply gonna do a fat anti-soon, meaning that we're starting with a wide R, U2, R prime. You can once again push this U prime or just simply using your left hand, R, U prime, and then wide R prime. Now for this one, I think it is fine to actually start with a regrip because now you have a stronger grip over the cube and it's easier to finger trick the rest of it. For the other block, we don't have the yellow sticker here, but here. And it is simply the same algorithm, but every move in a different direction. Starting with a fat R prime, U2, R, U, R prime, drag while holding this block and bringing it back. Now two cases where we're only solving two edges. For this one, we have this fish shape pointing to the left. We want to start with a sexy move, starting with a wide R move from pinch grip. To do this M move, it is easiest to just do wide R prime R and then inserting the pair. Really similar algorithm, this time we're just starting with a sexy move. Now to do the M prime, some people prefer to do this right here, but I once again do R prime wide R and then inserting the block. Now we have 6 lightning shaped OLLs. For the first one, we have lightning to the left and a bar right here. This is simply a fat soon, so we're starting with a wide R, push, R prime, U, R, U2, and ending with a wide R prime. Now we have the same case, but mirrored, so the block is right here. The algorithm is simply the lefty version, but written down in a way that it is easier to finger trick. So starting with R prime, push, white R, U prime, R prime, F2, R. Next up we have the same looking lightning shape, but this time we don't have a bar right here. Or the way to recognize it is when facing the lightning, this yellow sticker faces you. A white R prime, R, and just cancelling into a normal soon. So push here, inserting the pair. And right now we just want to do U and M prime using your right hand, like that. Now we have the mirrored version. Once again, we don't have a block right here. We want to hold this lightning in the back, starting with a white R move, R2, cancelling into the anti-soon. But during this U prime, I regrip with my thumb on top. And now for the last two moves, I do U prime. And this M move might seem really difficult, but our thumb right now is in a position to just do this. So for number one, we have a big bar right here, no bar here, and this corner is on the right. It is basically just a hedge and an inverse sexy, but we're gonna execute it in this way, starting with a fat F move, so with a pinch move like this, F prime, R, then simply inserting the pair, and S prime with our left hand. Now the same case, but this time the corner is on the left, facing the bar. We're gonna start with a white F prime pinch, basically a sexy move, but white R move, so R, U, R prime, U prime, white R, F, R, and S with the right hand. Now we have 4 P-shaped OLLs. We're starting with the mirrored P shape to the left. We have a big bar right here. We're simply gonna do F, inverse sexy, F prime. Now it is such an easy case that you should also know it from this side. We have a bar to the left. We can just regrip, white F, sexy move, white F prime. So for the mirrored case, this time we actually do have a P-shaped, big bar right there. We actually want to do this with the P in the back. R prime, U prime, thumb F prime, push, F, R. No bar right here, but the way to recognize it from this angle is that we do have a bar here. The easiest way to do the S move is starting with your right hand, and if you're starting out, I would advise doing that. But if you want to do the best way, you can actually push with your left hand. This way you're not overworking your right hand. S, sexy move, sledge, but ending with a fat F prime. Now we have a P shape, no bar right here, but we have a bar right there. Algorithm really simple and really good. R prime, U prime, F, push, R, U prime, R prime, F prime, R. Next up, 2 C shapes. One of them is really easy. The other one is... For the first one, we have a C right here and a big bar to the right. This algorithm is really easy because it has a sledge in it, and we're starting with R prime, U prime. Regrip during the U prime, because if we're doing a sledge right now using our left index for the F prime, we can undo the setup moves U, R. Now the second C shape doesn't have a bar right here. We want to hold the C to the right this time. Now this is one of the most annoying OLL cases, but we have a really fancy algorithm for this. We're gonna start in pinch grip, white F prime. Now we don't let go of the cube, so we're doing R, white F prime using your thumb and back 2 fingers. Keep holding the cube, U prime, R prime, U. Now you can kind of like glide into this grip, R, U, and using your right or left hand, whichever works best for you. I use my right hand, M prime. Next up we have 4 fish-shaped OLLs, but you have to be creative to actually see the fishes in them. For the first fish we have big block here, small block here, bar, bar. We're starting with a hedge in pinch grip, and I use my left hand right here to brace the middle layer, F prime, and then reinserting the pair. Next up we have the same shape, block here, but this time no 2 bars. You want to do the algorithm facing the block. We want to start with R, U2, and then an R2 cancelling into a sledge, ending with your thumb, and then reinserting the pair by doing R, U2, R prime. Next up we have this squid shape, I suppose, and holding it in this direction we have a bar right here. Now the algorithm has a similar start to a T-perm, so starting with a pinch grip we're doing sexy move, R prime, F, R2, but right here we're actually pushing the U, R prime, U prime, and then F prime with our thumb. Now we have the same squid shape, but this time we don't have a bar right here, so we want to hold it with his head to the top right. So the algorithm starts like a soon, so R, push, R prime, U. Then we're doing a sledge and reinserting the pair with a double flick. Next up to W-shaped OLLs, and these are really fast. For the first one we have a W right here, no bar here, but a bar right there. Now this algorithm is really similar to a soon. So we're putting the pair in the back like this. We're opening the slot but not inserting the pair yet, but we're actually sledging in the pair. Now once again it is best to use your left hand to end the sledge. We have a W shape, this time bar is to the left, and we have a dot right here. So execution is exactly the same, so taking out the pair, almost inserting it, but then white R, U prime, white R prime, F. Next up we have 6 OLLs with a hook shape. The first one is extremely easy, we have this hook shape right here and a bar right there. We're simply regripping, F, double sexy, F prime with your thumb. So for the mirror case we have the hook right here and the bar right there. We want to do it from this angle, starting with a hedge in pinch grip, U2, R, U prime, R prime, U, and then inserting the pair with a U2. This time we have a hook in the top right corner, a big bar on the left, and headlights to the right. From home grip we're doing white R, push, R prime, U, U2, white R prime. For the mirror case we once again have the bar to the left, but this time the hook is in the front. This is almost exactly the same algorithm, but every turn in a different direction. Starting with R prime, U, R, U prime, regripping during the U prime, R prime, double flick, and then just doing white R like this. To recognize this case, we once again have a bar right here, a hook shape right here, but the corners facing outwards, which creates a small bar right here. So we're starting with a white R move, U prime, R2, drag, R2, pinch U, R2, flick, white R. For the mirror case we have the bar to the left, corners facing outwards, but the hook is in the front. It is the same algorithm but every turn in a different direction, so starting with a white R prime. Now you want to drag the first U, R2, U prime, R2, U prime, R2, pinch, R prime. Next up we have 4 line shapes. So for the first one we have a line right here and 2 bars right here, headlights right there. We want to hold the bars to the left and we're simply gonna do F, 2 inverse sexies, and F prime using your thumb. Now you should know this case from the other angle as well, so bars to the right. This time it is regrip, wide F move, 2 sexy moves, and using your thumb for the wide F prime. Next up, line, bar, these 2 face outwards. We want to hold this with the line to the left, starting with an R prime, push, and then inserting this pair by doing R, U, R prime, drag, R. Next up we have one of the most annoying OLL cases, so we have bar right here, headlights to the left and to the right, starting with white R, pushing the U, R prime, now it is 2 inverse sexies, and then reinserting this block by doing white R, U prime, R prime. Now this OLL case is really easy to recognize, bar, bar, bar. Now this algorithm is also called the Colin Burns algorithm. It is really long, but it is so reliable and fast. Execution is really basic, so R prime, F. Using your left hand once again. And pushing the insert like that. Next up we have 4 L-shaped OLLs. None of these are great, none of these are bad. First off, we have this bar right here, so you can recognize it from this angle by seeing that this bar is not on the same side as the hook, or from this side we don't have a bar right here. We're gonna start in pinch grip, wide R, U, wide R prime, sexy move, and then reinserting this block by doing wide R, U prime, R prime. Now we have the mirror case, so this time the L is on the left, no bar right here. It is basically just the lefty algorithm, but I wrote it down in a way that it is easier to finger trick. So starting with R prime, push, R, lefty, sexy, and then reinserting this bar by doing R prime, F, R. And now we have this L shape, but this time we do have a bar here, or on this side, this bar is on the same side as the hook. The way we start this is by using our thumb for the F move, and the rest is pretty basic. Left hand, and then reinserting the pair. And now the mirror case, so facing the bar. Algorithm is really basic, so we're starting with R prime, F. Using your left hand for the F prime, R. Regrip to do the F, U prime, and then thumb for F prime. Next up we have 4 what we call awkward shaped OLLs. We have this lightning pattern here, but a dot in the top right corner, and these 2 corners face outwards, or we have a bar right there. We're starting with a regrip, wide R2, push, R, U, R prime, D, R2, U prime, R prime, U prime, R. So for the mirror case, we have a lightning, the dot is on a different side. We want to do it from this side, so the dot is to the right. We're starting with a regrip, F, push, and now we're doing the same moves twice. So R, U prime, R prime, U prime, again, and then ending with our thumb. Next up we have the exact same case, but this time we don't have a bar right here, or we have headlights right there. The algorithm is really simple because it is basically a Suzane into the easiest T case, but we execute it slightly different though. So we start by doing a normal Suzane, but we want to roll this R right here, so that we're in the grip to immediately do this OLL. Now for the mirror case, we're gonna do it from this side, so headlights to the left. The algorithm looks really complex, but it is actually really easy. We're not letting go of the cube, and it is so much fun once you know it. R prime, U prime, F2. Now using our middle finger of the left hand, we can do a wide U move. R, U prime, R prime, D, R2, and now our index finger is in a position to do a B move, just like that. Onto the dot cases. These are the longest algorithms, you pretty much want to avoid them, but the algorithms I'm gonna propose to you are pretty simple to learn. Starting with the first one, we have bar to the right and bar to the left. We're starting from home grip, simply taking out the pair, cancelling into a sledge, ending with our thumb, U2, and another sledge, preferably left index finger. So for this case, we have a bar to the right and 2 smaller bars right there. Starting from pinch grip, we can do a wide F move. Now doing an inverse sexy starting with our middle finger. S prime with the left hand. Another inverse sexy, F prime. For this OLL, we have this diagonal line over here, bar here and here. The algorithm is basically a hedge, putting the pair right there, then doing S prime, inserting this pair, S. Next up we have this Mickey Mouse case with 2 bars right there. There's 2 ways to finger trick it. The most difficult one, but probably the best one, is by starting with a push, R prime, S, and then inserting the pair with a sledge. But for a lot of people this will be way too difficult, so you can also do S prime, taking out the pair, S, and then just sledging in the pair. Then we have the other Mickey Mouse case. This time we have a bar right here. Starting with a fat Suzane, cancelling into a fat anti-Suzane. Next up, we have a dot with one corner facing up, and we have a bar here and here. The algorithm is pretty long, but it is super easy to learn, and the next case is only one move different. Starting from home grip, R prime, F2, R2, U2, R prime. We're doing an F prime with thumb, and now we're just doing the reverse of the beginning of the algorithm. So R, U2, R2, F2, R. Now we have the mirror, so corner faces to the left this time, bar here and bar here. The algorithm is exactly the same, only the F prime in the middle right now is an F move. Pinching this F move. And lastly, we have the rarest OLL, and also one that is really interesting because you can do it from any angle. You have all of the corners facing up, none of the edges. Algorithm is so simple, I do not understand why not everyone is using it. It starts with an S move, R prime, U, R. Now for this U move, you can do U and kind of roll into the next R, or you can also push while regrip. R, U, R. U prime, R prime, S prime. Now don't forget, some finger tricks may be really tricky in the beginning, but just trust that you'll get used to them. Most of the times. No.